Dr. Susan Johnson. I'm Director of Research at Eastern Connecticut Hematology and Oncology. And my role is to identify patients for clinical trials, work with our physicians. We work as a strong team with the physicians, nurse practitioners, nurses, research staff to identify patients and to invite and offer patients clinical trials in the community. And I'm very passionate about this because you have these patients that are newly diagnosed or have failed treatments and are overwhelmed. Their caregivers and their families are overwhelmed. They are struggling emotionally, financially, and really need a lot of support. And the support is in their community. And in the past, clinical trials were offered at academic centers. And this entailed that the patient had to travel to an academic center, which they had to bear the cost. They may have had to stay in hotels. They were not surrounded by their loved ones, and it was very difficult for them to participate. By participating in the community, they can have their support network around them, plus the support network of the practice, so that they can get the very best care. The first step would be the patient is identified. Second, the patient would be screened. And the screening phase would make sure the patient is healthy enough to be enrolled in the study, because there's always toxicities with every single treatment that we give the patient. If all of that is good, then we would go through the treatment phase, and that would last as long as the patient is having some response. We are monitoring their adverse events, their side effects, their toxicities, because the most important thing that we can offer the patient is quality of life. For patients that are newly diagnosed, that have failed different treatments, so we have really a broad array of trials, and the greatest advantage is that you're treated in your community, surrounded by your loved ones. The reason that ECHO really emphasizes clinical trials and the opportunity to invite our patients into clinical trials is that all of our treatments, which have been approved through the FDA and are used in practices, came into fruition due to participation of patients in clinical trials. I'd like to thank you for listening, and we'd love to offer you an opportunity to participate in a clinical trial. Please don't hesitate to call me.